Hello, stamping friends. This is Jenny from Celebrate the Journey, and it's Friday, not my usual day to go live, but last week, or this week, I was in the middle of cleaning out my quilt closet, my sewing closet, I guess is what, and I just decided to finish that up before I started anything new. So I know that you might not catch me live, but you can catch the replay, and that's fine. That's one of the good things about videos, that they hang around for a while, as long as we don't delete them. So it's Friday, and can you believe it's February? It's just really hard to believe that January went by quite so fast, but I'm glad it did. I was ready to, it was a long month for us with all the snow. So now we're looking forward to spring, and we're going to use the Sweet Citrus bundle today. Now, you know, Leanne and I do a monthly card class, class to go, and this is our choice for the month. And oh, Karen, I'm so excited that you just checked, and here I was. It's like magic, wasn't it? So our month to go class will be Sweet Citrus, and of course with this one you're going to want the bundle, because it's one of those that unless you have something that you could substitute, you probably will want the bundle for this one. And I wanted to share it because I wanted you to see you should not be intimidated about the bundle, the stamps, the dies, and the embossing folder, because they can be a little bit intimidating, but they're not bad. Even though last night Leanne was texting me and said, I hate it, but she figured it out, and I knew she would, and you will too. So we'll get started on that. So it's two-step stamping. We have the outline of the fruit and then the inside. This can be lemons, limes, grapefruit. So lots of color choices for you. We're going to do lemons today. And one thing that we both realized, that this works really well with your Stamparatus. So hopefully I have this lined up well. I was using this with green earlier, so I don't know if I've cleaned it off. We'll clean it off just to be safe. It looks like there's a little green on there. But, you know, with lemons, you could do some green and yellow mixed together. And I think, aren't Meyer lemons more orangey too? So you could even do that. I'm not real sure. I have to check. So here I'm going to make sure that's going to work there. We'll put some of this repositionable tape to hold that in place. I don't know where the rest of my tape is. Oh, there it is. I've been busy making a bunch of samples today, so there's stuff everywhere. That's the joy of crafting. I read that crafting was the I can't think of the word. It's the trendy thing for 2023, so it's nice to know that we're trendy. I'm going to use Daffodil Delight on this. And we have our Stamparatus here, so we'll ink it up. Now, I have a small space here, you know, for my video. But if you're using your Stamparatus at home, then I suggest you put a ink under it, and then an ink pad under it, and then you have something to push on. I used to have some paperback books that I put under mine, but that works too if it's a small paperback. And then we'll just, what's cool about this is your lemon is going to get like a little ombre effect, like a real lemon. And I think that's pretty cool. I'm going to ink that up again. It kind of looked like it picked up a little line. We don't want that there. That's good. And now we'll put our insides, and they look lined up pretty good. Always check before I stamp. So if you're watching today, leave me a thumbs up or a comment so I'll know you're here. This one doesn't seem to need much pressure on it. We'll double check. Beautiful. And that came out so pretty. Now, if you want to, put one of these on your envelope, then you'll just mask the stamp and then stamp your envelope. Lots of choice, but we have some little flowers too that you could use, so we'll see about that. Put that Stamparatus away, and let's go ahead and stamp some of our flowers. This has, what did I do with this? The blossoms, like an orange blossom and some leaves. So we need to go ahead and stamp those. This was a scrap, but I think I need more than that. So we don't want to be too stingy. What's cool is when on the dies, you get 2 of everything. So that means you can really get a lot of die cutting done with just one run through of the cut and emboss machine. And some little single blossoms. And then we need some leaves. And I'm going to use Granny Apple Green. I think Peacock, Pear Pizzazz, all of those would look pretty. But I am going to pair these lemons with Starry Sky. So I wanted the bright green. Now, another genius hack we have here with this stamp set is this little stamp. It looks kind of like 2 eyeballs, but it's actually the insides of the flowers, and you can do 2 at one time. So you can line those up. Isn't that cool? It's better than trying to keep up with a teeny tiny stamp. But we also have a smaller one, a single one for these flowers. And, whoop, that's a little crooked, but that's all right. That one will also work in the center of our lemons if you want to put a little spot there. That's kind of up to you, I think. I'm going to put some early espresso. Clean that. But I'm going to stamp it off so it's just very light. Yeah, I think that I didn't want it too strong. I also think that once we die cut this, we're going to want to put some Winkle Stella on it to make it juicy. But this is what people think, oh, I can't do that. But you can. Trust me. Here's the dies. They work perfectly. But if you want your oranges or lemons to have the texture of the embossing folder, you have to use both at the same time. So let me show you how that works. I'll get my emboss machine ready. So I have the right plates. And then here's our embossing folder. Oh, I want to run this through. I'm going to do that so you can see what this looks like. I think I have a piece of white here. Yeah. Sometimes our tables get loaded, don't they? I just want you to see how detailed this is, and I think you can see it really well with the white. Now, isn't that beautiful? Sometime today, maybe, I want to ink up my embossing folder and see what happens when I run this through. It'll be interesting. But I can use this, and I'll show you in a while how I used it. But now, this is the trick. You want to be able to line these up together and not make a mess. So pay attention to this where it says Stamping Up. I believe that's right. And then you're going to lay the die there, and you'll feel it get in the right place. See, I can't move it now. It kind of clicks into the right space. I don't know if you could hear it, but it went click. And now we'll just put this and turn it. Whoop. Need to hold it at the same time. Let me turn it over and click it back in. There we go. Now I'm going to hold it a little better this time. Now that I've got that in place, now I can slide this in here. And then I'll just wiggle it until it's in the right space. That looks pretty good, but I can't where my finger is. I'm going to have to move that. There we go. I think that looks about as good as it's going to get. And you know, if it's not right, it's paper and we can do it again. I want to pull this side up just, no, I want to push it down a little bit. There we go. And when it's just paper, we don't have to worry about it. I'm going to cut that off just to make sure it doesn't get caught in my machine. We'll run this through the cut and emboss. And let's hope this came out right. Oh, that looks good. lemons. Lots of lemons. Now that wasn't too hard. Remember, the die goes on the side that has the Stampin' Up! Logo. So then when you turn it over, you'll see the back side. Now we're ready to do our flowers. Remember I told you we get 2 of everything, so we can do all of these at one time with the hopes that we don't mess it up. I'm probably not going to do those because I don't know if I really need them. I might save them for the inside. I want to change my plates around. So if you're going to do a couple of these at one time, I would do them in shifts. Do all the die cutting and then all the embossing so that you're not having to switch your plates around over and over. That is one, or get 2 machines. How about you could do that? Have 2 embossing machines going at the same time. You think that's a little overkill? It might be. Little too much. I need one more piece of tape to hold my dies. Oh, these came out so cute. There's our, I was looking at this. I wasn't planning on this, but look how cute. We could probably put a couple of these little flowers in there. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. It might be too many flowers. They just happen to be on my desk. I love the way that it stamps and the ink gives it kind of a variety of coverage there. And we'll save those just in case we need them. Now we got all our dies back. I don't want to lose these. And we're ready to start working on our card. Like I said, I was going to use the Starry Sky. Doesn't that just pop? But I want to run this through the cut and emboss machine also. So not with the die. So we're just going to let our background be embossed. Didn't that come up? See how pretty that looks? Yeah, we're almost done. Our card base is crushed curry. I know it kind of actually, this Daffodil Delight almost comes across that color. So I wanted, you know, I'm looking forward to spring. I'm doing some bright colors these days. Now this is embossed, and it makes, you really need to use a little extra adhesive to get it to stick. I'm going to lay that on top. And we're going to put some dimensionals on everything here. And that can be weighting that down while we're doing that. I'm going to make sure that it's adhered good. All these pieces, I'm only going to put one on here. No, we'll put two. That lemon. That looks good. Now I have some baker's twine. That's the parakeet party. That's close enough to Granny Apple Green. And we're just going to put it on the front of our card. Maybe kind of like vines. I know that this is really a tree. It's not vines, but I think it'll work okay. Let's put 1 or 2 glue dots just to hold it in place. I think the lemons will do a good job of that, but better be safe than sorry. Well, that looks good. Just 2 there. Let's see where we want to put our lemons. How we want them spaced on the page, on our card. But I got a couple more things we got to add. I have a piece of yellow. And I pulled out some dies from, I believe this is the Sun Prints. And we're going to just die cut a couple of these to have some lacy, leafy pieces. If you have Forever Fern, you could use one of those, or Eden's Evergreen, or Eden's, whatever it was, I don't remember. We have lots of dies and punches that would give you that little texture you're looking for. And I just wanted to have some of that poking up. This is not my usual style, but it's not unheard of either. Sometimes I like to get collagey. Okay, let's see, we're gonna use those, and we're going to punch one little seed pod kind of thing here. This is the bow punch. And we're gonna punch that with white. We're going to have a lot of texture on this card. So now I think we're about ready to put things where they need to go. We won't push them down real hard because we're going to want to layer those pieces behind. Let's pull that in. There we go. And we've got to put our leaves on there too. See, I kind of want those little dots. I'm leaving this space here for a reason, so don't be concerned. Now we'll get some green leaves going. I think those are in a good spot. Just trying to decide on top of the ribbon or below the ribbon. It could be either the twine, it could be either one. It's terrible that we're all ready for spring. We're ready for spring to come, and we know we've got a lot more winter ahead. But it's not. It's still fun to dream. This makes you feel like an artist. Now adding all your little pieces to your creation. Now we'll wait and see about if we need another yellow piece or not. We have it just in case. And now we've got a bunch of little flowers that, oh, but you know what? We got to dress these little flowers up, and we need to put some Wink of Stella on our lemons too. It's easier to do it before they get on the card. Now, if you use the Wink of Stella on here, it's going to pull a little bit of that yellow, and it's going to soften that blossom up. I love that. It won't be quite so stark white. And then I'm just going to wet the meat of our lemon with a little bit of Wink of Stella. You know, I think this is the year of unusual stamps. We've got carrots, we've got lemons. So we've had some real unusual images, but I like them. They're different. It's nice to have something different. That little lemon is nice and shiny. All right, let's see where we want to put some flowers. Lemon blossoms. Some on top and some on the bottom. I wonder if we need one there. Yeah, I think we do. I think I need to put a little glue under there too. Let's find a scrap piece. Maybe I didn't get enough glue on that. There we go. That will hold that down a little better. Looks cute. Now we need a sentiment. So I pulled the stamp from Beautifully Happy that says, "Sending happy thoughts for a very happy birthday." Let's see, here's sending happy thoughts. I think we can stamp that on here. We'll use the Starry Sky. I used the inside to show you how to emboss with the lemon embossing folder, so I'll have to see if I can find another inside piece. And we're going to die cut this with one of our label dies. And that will look just cute. If I can get it straight. There we go. Now this could be, if you were doing this with lemons, it could be a get well card, because people, sometimes if you've got a cold, you drink some hot lemon juice. So that would work with lemons. It can be just about anything you want it to be. I'm going to take some more of the twine and put a little bow on here. Give our tag a fancy touch. See if we can tie bows today. You have a lemon tree. That's fabulous, Cherie. Our neighbors had a lemon and a lime tree that kind of overtook the house inside, but that was okay in the winter time. I bet fresh lemons make really good lemonade. Better than Crystal Light. Now we can cover up that space. That's why I was not concerned about that space at all. We'll put one dimensional on the end, and then we'll glue this part. Doesn't that just make you happy? It makes me smile. Now we've got one more little flower here. Can put right there. I think we need one tiny, small dimensional. And then we'll use Tombow on the rest. Make sure it stays in place. Oh, you can't see, but the little Wink of Stella looks so pretty and shiny. Maybe you can see it. Isn't that cool? Now, let's see. Save that for another card. Save this one. And we need some bling. So I pulled out, I didn't feel like I had anything that was bright yellow. So I'm going to color some rhinestones to give them. We have the yellow in colors, but they're not real, they're not very dark. So I thought, well, a rhinestone will work. I'm good with that. And it gives it a little sparkle. So sparkle's always good. Little diamonds, yellow diamonds. Isn't that cute? Now let's see if I can find an inside piece. I'm not sure. I think I'd have one. Let's make sure it's the right size. Yep. So what did I say? Wishes for a happy birthday. For a very happy birthday. I do have that somewhere here. Yes, for a very happy birthday. Now, I think I'm going to try stamping a lemon here. Because I don't, so I'm not going to glue that down until I try that. I will show you the picture when I'm through. So we'll stamp one of the lemons down here, and then we'll put it on the inside of our card. So how's that? This is called Sweet Citrus. I think that's just so pretty and colorful and springy. I have a couple others to share with you. This, I just used some of the designer series paper for the envelope. This is the pretty butterfly paper. And I paired this with the cocktails. And I made margarita or cocktails. And I used limes. This is Granny Apple Green and Garden Green. And I just happened to have that one from left over from a different project, so where I was practicing coloring, so it worked out all right. And see, I used the white embossing folder there. And then this one is oranges. It's pretty much the same design, but this one, it says sending you a big squeeze. And I paired that with Balmy Blue and the designer series paper. And this is pumpkin pie. Came out cute, didn't it? So I hope you enjoyed our little Sweet Citrus cards today. And I will see you next week. Thanks for joining me today. Bye.